What's up, Internet? It's your boy JG. Word. How about now? Administrative assistant. I'm sorry. What's up? How y'all doing tonight? It's awesome to see you guys there on the internet. I got a funny story to tell you guys as to why I'm late. I've actually been broadcasting for the last 10 to 15 minutes, and you guys didn't see it because I didn't hit the go live button, and so I've gone on like this long ass soliloquy about Marlon Davidson and Derek Brown and and Noah Igbinogany. What's going on, y'all? I was like, they've been kind of quiet. They haven't said as much. I must have really captivated them with that rant about Derek. Anyway, guys, it's awesome to see you. It's awesome to see you guys in the house. Let me start over from where I was starting like 20 minutes ago. It's really funny. Oh, man, it's so good to see you guys back on a Saturday night. Canoe Man starting us off as always. And we've got some of our usual superstars, Stu Pup, Kyle W., a.k.a. Crocosile in the house, Pocket Watch, David the Wizard, D. Lucky, who was the star of the show last week on the air, Taxman, of course. Oh, man, we got absolute all-stars. Cleveland Brown. Whew. Glad to have you guys where you can see me now. That's terrific. I forgot to hit the go live button because I'm an absolute moron sometimes. And here's the irony. I am not I will, but I haven't been drinking tonight either. I just absolutely stunk it up there. So anyway, glad to have you guys seeing me on the show. Pretty big week, huh? A lot going on, especially this weekend. Got 2 Auburn Tigers in the first round of the draft. Another Auburn Tiger in the second round, and several more on down the board a little bit. Had a big moment. My daughter turned 18 on Thursday or Friday, and she had a parade. Her friends had a parade of cars come by the house and honk and throw stuff at her, and that was very nice. It was very nice. Trying to make the best of a quarantine birthday, a significant birthday at that. But anyway, y'all don't care about that shit. You do care about the NFL draft, though. And I thought Auburn really stepped up, man. Derek Brown goes first round, 7th overall to the Panthers. Noah Igbinogany goes first round, 30th overall to the Dolphins. And then defensive end Marlon Davidson goes to the Falcons in the second round, I think it was. So that's huge. Also had some other guys go later today. Let's see. Jack went, and Daniel Thomas, another Montgomery kid, went in the draft, and Prince Tega. And really, Prince Tega is, weird situation. I think he goes in the 6th round. He does not have a 6th round body, guys. And I think that what he did at Auburn, what he did on the camp circuit, combine circuit, and I think the body that he has probably suggests a much higher draft grade. But, some injury questions, and I think that dropped him a little bit, but it's not going to matter. Prince Tega is a worker, and he's a guy with a lot of constitution and fortitude, and he's going to be just fine. He's going to go out there and work his ass off and get better, and he's going to make money. And he's going to be a guy that's already a great success story, but he'll be an even bigger one as we move on. Man, that's funny though. I went on this whole rant about Derek Brown. It was me and my microphone and my bourbon, I guess. Hey now, David the Wizard says PTW Prince Tega was a mega steal. And also AU Guy 159 notes that Hastings was picked up as a free agent by the Patriots. So now we got a chance to see Hastings and Jarrett Stidham hook up again. That would be something else. My man Bob himself, Bob Mapplethorpe, jumps in with our first super chat of the night. Thank you very much for that, sir. No real message, but we love you nonetheless. You're an absolute beast. Thank you for supporting the show, and of course for being on the site and just kind of being who you are. Looking forward to You calling in a little bit later in the show, bro. Matt Nunley says, was I the only one surprised how high Driscoll went? Yeah, I think, fourth round for him? Surprised me a little bit. Really, he's a good technical lineman. He's just not particularly strong, I didn't think. But sometimes, being super strong and looking the part isn't everything they're looking for. They're looking for people who have a grasp of the technical side of it. Certain teams do, and yeah, that's what happens. I guess the Eagles feel that way about Jack Driscoll. So good for him, and he's a really good dude. He's a nice person. Nice person. Worked hard, kept his nose clean, did everything that was asked of him, and yeah, worked out for him. Goes to UMass, plays well, but just plays for a team that he's probably not getting the best instruction that he's ever had in his life. Comes up to Auburn, gets some better instruction, plays a lot, gets a lot of exposure, and now he's, in the NFL. Good for him. Amanda M says Stidham won't start for the Patriots. Yeah, I'm a little skeptical myself, but as of right now, the Patriots better get busy living or get busy dying at that quarterback situation because they need answers. I mean, maybe Stidham's the answer. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Jared Stidham had some really good moments at Auburn. He had a lot of really bad ones. Amanda says, "What did Brown's girlfriend tweet?" Yeah, I didn't see that specifically. I saw one of those clickbait sites, not an Auburn-based one. It was just, I think it was a national site, refer to his girlfriend as his baby mama, and he took pretty frank exception to that. Which, when I first read it, I was like, man, that seems pretty callous. Like, I don't know. I didn't think he was going to go for that, and then I saw that he did not go for that. I don't know what he's going to do about it, but I wouldn't want Derek Brown coming after me, I'll tell you that. We got 2 more Super Chats coming through. Another one from Bob Maplethorpe. Says, trying to throw some coin here. I'm old. And then says, is the chicken ready? All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your support of the site. Leif B in the house says, I'm driving my kiddo around until he falls asleep. Then I'm going to pour some Pinhook. Hey, now, I used to drive my kid around when she was fussy and needed to go to sleep. Done that before. Been a while. She's 18 now. But, yeah, they grow up fast, bro. I hate to be the millionth person to tell you that, but I kind of wish I could reset a little bit. I kind of wish I had one more, Not because Maddie and awesome she is, but I mean, she's leaving my house in like 3 months, presumably, assuming that this virus doesn't upset that plan. And then it's going to be me and the administrative assistant for the rest of time. That's it. That's all you get, bro. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather, guys. I don't have the COVID, though, but I just don't feel great. So sorry if I cough or whatever. This is very straightforward. AU Guy 159 says Stidham sucked. Not a lot of room for interpretation on that one. Crocodile says it was TMZ who reported that, and they got to be better than that. I really think they do. Ed D says, I worry about Stidham. He was not allowed to read the field and make anticipation throws at Auburn. Didn't seem that way, particularly his second season here as the starter. Oh, yeah. Matt says Stidham most certainly did not suck. I tend to agree with you on that. He was underwhelming performance-wise, but he was having to deal with a lot of bullshit, wasn't he? He was having to deal with a coach that how do you put this? Maybe mismanaged the run game sometimes. Didn't do a particularly great job of recruiting elite blockers. So Stidham had some things going against him that a lot of quarterbacks don't. But anyway. Leif says that TMZ has also reported that Kim Jong-un is dead. I actually read that report just before I got on the air. And they were saying that they hadn't confirmed it. They were basically parroting a report that was out of Hong Kong, which I just don't know. I don't know who the trustworthy reporters are in the Asia zone. But there's definitely something going on with him. Not trying to turn this political or anything like that. Corny says, Jay, been visiting neighbors to get hair product canoe. Oh man, you guys are killing me with that. I got my roots are showing through big time, just like everybody else. Right. Right. Uh-huh. Kyle W, aka Crocosile, with a big super chat. Thank you very much. He says, "Happy birthday to Maddie, the goat." You're very nice to say that about her. She was really kind of down midweek because she knew her big birthday is 18th coming up, and she's stuck in quarantine more or less, and she can't hang out with her friends. And but it picked up for her. It picked up real nicely. She had a big time. We had a lot going on here at the house. Her mom, administrative assistant, put together a really nice birthday event, I guess you could say. And then she got a new car. So it didn't suck for her at all. There you go. What else? Something else on here had me cracking my. Oh, Todd S. asks, Javaris Davis was an undrafted free agent. Why? Okay, now listen. I haven't paid as much attention to Javaris as the other guys for whatever reason, just because, we knew Derek and Marlon and Noah were the big ones. But my thing on Javaris is he a really good player? Yes. I don't think of him as a super duper elite athlete in an NFL context. And I personally would have a lot of questions about what went down. Was it a season ago or was it 2 seasons ago? Because he just kind of like stopped playing. I don't really have good answers for you about that one. Remember that one season where he got hurt and then we thought he was going to be back and then he wasn't, and then he wasn't, and then he wasn't, and it was like a much longer rehab than we thought it was. And me and B-Matt were asked, Nate wasn't with us at the time. Me and B-Matt were asking questions about it, and we weren't getting good answers. And I just kind of interpreted that Javaris had just stopped playing. Like, I don't know. I found it very odd. And I'm sure the NFL teams knew about it. And maybe they asked questions about it. And maybe they weren't thrilled with how that looked. I don't know. David the Wizard does note that undrafted free agent does not mean that someone is a bad player. Absolutely true. That doesn't really matter to me very much. You either get in the league or you don't. You either make a roster or you don't. Whether you're a first round pick or you're an undrafted free agent. You make it, you play, you're a beast. That's that. But we'll see with Javaris. When I talk to Javaris, he doesn't seem like the kind of kid that would be a problem. But I mean, I haven't sat down and talked to him a ton. I was surprised by how that all kind of went down and what everybody was saying, but we never reported on it just because I don't really know. And the answers we would get is, I don't really know. So just kind of let it go. He was hurt. He was banged up. He was hurt. Let's see. What else we got going on here? Amanda says, I love seeing Marlon go to the Falcons. They finally made a good draft pick. Marlon's going to give it hell, man. He will work his butt off for you every single day. I went on a big rant before I actually hit live on the daggone video, but yeah, I'm super happy for him. His brother Ken Carter played at Auburn, and he was from Greenville. And when I was with the newspaper, so I covered him a little bit and got to know Ken before he signed with Auburn. And he signed with Auburn and played here. He was a big time recruit. He was just kind of a contributor when he was in Auburn, but he played, and he's still at Auburn as like a player personnel guy along with Jarrell Bostrom. And I would always be checking in with Ken because I like him. He's a friend of the site, and he would always be telling me about his kid brother, Marlon. It was going to be a beast, and I was like, yeah, that's what everybody says. And man, he ended up being a beast. Ken was right about that one. Marlon dealt a really bad break in high school with his mom suddenly passing away. She was the center of that universe for him and for Ken and for the older brother, whose name I was trying to remember earlier. For some reason, I keep thinking Thaddeus, but I can't remember what his older brother's name is. But he's a good dude, too. He was like a wideout. He was actually really, it's funny. Marlon's a big dude. Ken's a big dude. But the oldest brother, he's like real thin. He played wide receiver. I think he played at like Alabama A&M or ASU or somewhere like that. Yeah. And so when she died, it just absolutely it was bad for all three of those boys, especially Marlon, who was in high school at the time, and he ended up getting really close with Mac Wilson, who was at Carver High School in Montgomery. And I think that Marlon being able to move to Montgomery and spend that year with Mac gave him something, firm to kind of a rock to kind of hold on to. And he ended up going back to Greenville his senior year. But I just always thought, man, I don't know as though I would have been able to overcome that. Like, I'm serious. I don't know. I mean, I guess everybody does. You overcome what happens eventually. I don't know if I would have gotten over that. And Marlon had a hard time with it, but he pushed through it, and he came out on the other side as a very motivated and mature player. And he's going to make a lot of money, and he's going to play a lot of snaps in the NFL, and I'm really, really stoked for him. Derek Brown, I mean, he's just kind of an All-American all the time. Everything about him is awesome. We got a super chat coming in from Bradley G. Appreciate you, Bradley G. Says, hashtag War Eagles, screw coronavirus. Yeah, I think we can all get behind all that. Thank you for that, sir. Appreciate you. Derek Brown, obviously everybody's All-American. Just a good dude. Raised in a military family. Has that regimentation in his head. Task. Works hard. Plays hard. Has the ability to kind of motivate people around him. Has a personality. I wouldn't necessarily say he's like super outspoken. The way that, like, Quentin Groves was a really good leader too at Auburn a few years back. He was more of a joker. Where Derek he's not as funny, really, but Derek still has a way of just kind of motivating you. Similar to Noza Igwe, because Noza's a little more stoic, a little more on point all the time. That's more like Derek. And Noza's on his way to becoming big too. So with Derek, you're getting a tremendous talent, a really hardworking player who's kicked ass at a very high level. And then you're getting a guy who's off the field. Contributions are second to none. I mean, he's just a great leader and a smart kid and a very aware person and understands the team concept. He understands how to be coached, and he's everything you're looking for. Corny Mofo in the house with a super chat says, looking forward to Ruxpin's call. I am too. We love us some Ruxpin, man. He's royalty around here. Wow. Another super chat coming through from Bob Maplethorpe. Big time day from you, brother. It says, Bob's good now. So slow, yet so fast. All right, man. Thank you very much. I think you've had like 4 super chats already. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Ravin's in the house says, what up, JG? Glad to have you on. You're always here with us too, bro. I appreciate that. Let's see. D Lucky says, slide the button to the right, Bob Maplethorpe. Amounts will increase. Looks like a volume slider. Look at you. Thank you, man. Appreciate you coming through right there. Bradley G says, Marlon is a strong dude. Absolutely, man. Amanda says, losing your mom in high school, can't even imagine. Really proud of Marlon. Yeah, he overcame a lot. I also want to say while we're here, Noah Igbenogany, first-round pick, guys. 30th overall to the Dolphins. I mean, to go from wide receiver to cornerback. He had played cornerback before in his life. It wasn't a completely new idea, but not at that level. And so he makes the transition pretty seamlessly, gets some playing time, becomes a starter, kicks ass as a starter, becomes a coveted NFL prospect, and now he's a first-round pick. I mean, one of the truly awesome stories that I've seen covering Auburn. I've been here since '98, and he worked very, very hard to get where he is, and I'm really stoked for him to be a first-round pick. Totally different personality than Derek, where Derek's just kind of a leader, an uplifter, a guy who just knows how to talk to each person. He can kind of change. He's just a born leader, a consensus builder. Noah, I would not say he's a mean person at all. He's just very matter of fact, and he's focused all the time on exactly what he's doing and what he wants to do. You may say, well, JG, you're describing a guy who's selfish. He's not really selfish. It's just Noah's doing what Noah's doing, and it's worked. They got him to where he is now, and he's on the cusp of becoming an NFL, big time contributor in the NFL. And he's something else, man. But those two guys couldn't be more different from a personality perspective. Both of them are winners. Both of them are beasts, and both of them, they're going to make a lot of money. So, two great stories at Auburn. I mean, Derek came in as a total stud. I mean, not that Noah didn't. We knew he was an elite athlete. He was super elite. We just, I guess we weren't sure that he was going to be a wideout. I just didn't understand what they were going to do with him, but I knew the dude could play, and so they moved him to cornerback, and he's awesome. Kevin Steele kept telling us, this is back when he was making the transition from wideout to cornerback. Like, this kid is special, and we've heard that before, but Kevin's not really prone to that kind of bullshit. When Kevin tells you somebody's special, you don't hear that very often. You say, "Oh, damn, okay," and you just kind of make a mental note, like, "Okay, Kevin said he's special. Let's see." And yeah, I think that one turned out. He said that about Deshaun Davis, and although Deshaun Davis isn't an NFL star at this point, Deshaun Davis was a super duper elite special college football player. We mentioned the punter, Aaron Sipos, got a free agent deal. I forgot where he's going right off because this happened right before we came on the air. There were some people in the bunker that were I almost felt like they were making fun of him for leaving school. But remember now, Aaron's an old dude, sort of. I mean, I don't know how old he is exactly, but he's 26, 27, 28 in that range. I mean, he needs to get on with his career. If he's going to go and punt, he needs to get going. And so, no hating from me, and I don't think y'all should be hating either. I mean, he needs to go. He's a grown man. He needs to go ply his trade. Corny Mofo asking, where'd Sipos go? I just don't remember. I'm sure somebody in the chat will jump in and let us know. But let's see, Lions. Thank you, Crocodile. Appreciate that. Bradley G also comes through with Detroit. So I'd love to see him do well. He's a very nice kid. And he's really cool about the whole Australian thing, too. Kyle W. says he's 27. All right, see what I mean? That's a grown man, dude. I know punters can go a long time if they're really good, but he need to get going. Corey Fourier says, Kevin says you're not special, Jay. Believe me, I know. Kevin, he's kind of like Trump with the reporters. Kevin's generally not on board with reporters. And he gets mad at me sometimes, even though I honestly think he likes me, but I think he gets really pissed off at me sometimes. I think he just gets frustrated because he finds it wrong, I guess, that we as reporters write about certain aspects of football when he doesn't think that we're qualified to write about certain aspects of football, which there is some validity to that. You guys know that I try my best to understand football, the X's and O's, and I'm the first one to tell you I don't have a great command of it. I have some folks that help me a lot, including Kevin. But here's the thing about Kevin. When we got into it back, I don't know, it was before the quarantine, maybe February or March, and he let me know that I was asking him some questions about specific strategies in the Iron Bowl. I'm not trying to bust his balls at all, like just trying to understand some of the stuff that he was doing because I was doing some film replay on it. And I was kind of like, what were you doing here? And he let me know he wasn't very happy about it. And I was like, listen, Kevin, if you're mad that I don't understand football, I'm trying to understand it because otherwise I wouldn't be contacting you, texting you questions about it. I'm obviously trying to learn. Most sports writers don't try to learn, right? They're just writing about, Aaron Sipos. He's Australian, and he thinks it's funny to go to Outback, and nobody in Australia drinks Fosters. I mean, that's one layer of sports writing, and then there's another layer where you're trying to actually understand, what makes Kevin Steele good from a strategic perspective. I'm like, Kevin, if you think I'm an idiot and I'm not asking you the right questions, why don't you help me and teach me if you can give me some time and we can learn some stuff. Obviously he's not going to learn anything from me, but we can talk about some of this stuff and I can kind of get online with you. And to my surprise, he says, hell yeah, let's do it. So we were actually texting early in the week about it, trying to figure out a way to get together and talk about some of that and do some of that strategy stuff, because I think that'll help me, because the next time I ask him a tough question about some defense stuff, he won't call me. He won't call me names. Although with Kevin, man, it's he, he's one of those guys that gets angry and he's fine. Give him 5 minutes and he's fine. Anyway, that's a long way to put what you said, Corey, into 6 words. Yeah. All right, let's see what else. Amanda says, I think I am your favorite guy who reports on Auburn. Thank you. Not many people say that. Usually my wife's the only one that says that. My friend J-Dub probably feels that way too. I think you asked earlier about the draft picks. Derek Brown, first round, that's where he belongs. I think he's going to be one of those players like Richard Seymour, gives you like 8 really good years until his body breaks down, and then he goes and does something else. I don't think Derek's going to be defined by football. You know what I mean? I think he's got other things to do in addition to being a great football player, and when that's over, I think he's going to be awesome. Noah Igbenogany, he's such a guarded individual, a lot like Cody Burns. Actually, they're very similar, I think. Yeah, so I can't really give you a lot of insight into Noah. He and Jamel Dean are kind of the same. Jamel he's kind of a closed off person to people that he doesn't know, like to people who aren't football players. So it's hard to really know with Noah, but I can tell you this. I know he's a very serious person, Noah is, and yeah, you're going to get a lot of work out of him. So I think that's a good pick by the Dolphins. And plus, it's an organization, I think, where the team's pretty weak right now. I mean, Noah, he may be coming in a little more raw than a guy like Hollywood Henderson, although maybe not. I think of C.J. Henderson's maybe being a little more advanced because he's played the position longer. But the Dolphins can probably just live with Noah, learning on the job for a year or two, because they're not going to be any good for a year or two. It's probably a good situation for him. Marlon to the Falcons in the second round. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about Marlon. He's just awesome. He's overcome a lot. He's a tremendous football player. He's a very conscientious kid, and it's just hard for me to even not. I'm just biased with him. Just been pulling for him for a long time. Jack Driscoll, a good technical lineman. I know there's teams out there that want big old guys that can move a house, and that ain't him. But obviously the Eagles feel like his level of technicality, his technical precision, is something they can work with. Jack's an extremely bright person. He's pretty fastidious, and he is very emotionally balanced. So you can dog cuss him or you can praise him, and he's the same guy all the time. I think he'll take coaching really well, and we'll just have to see. He's not going to be a finisher the way that Braden Smith is, but there's other ways to be good in the NFL and not be just the way that Braden is. We'll just put it that way. Prince Tega, we mentioned earlier, I mean, he has the injury questions. If not for the injury questions, he's probably 3rd or 4th round. He's going to work hard. And Daniel Thomas, that one surprised me a little bit. He's a tremendous athlete. He's a kid that just based on, and I don't coach him, but watching him on film, I just feel like sometimes he gets tunnel vision in a bad way. And I'm thinking about specifically the touchdown bust late in the Florida game, where he made a tragically bad read on was it P. Ryan that was running away, and he had the angle. He had a great angle, and he conceded the angle and let the ball go, and he scored a touchdown on it. And I mean, look, everybody makes mistakes. I do too. Hell, I did a 10-minute show earlier with nobody even watching because I forgot to hit go. But I feel like he just got out of position too much. And it wasn't because he didn't have the athleticism to be in the right place. It was that he just lacked the awareness to be in the right place. But obviously, Jacksonville feels like that's something that can be fixed. And he's a tremendous he's a hard hitter. And he gets to the ball quickly in run support. He's a fearless player. And he plays with a chip on his shoulder. I'll give him that. I just wonder, you're going to have to put him in situations where he's not in pass coverage a lot, because I think, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's a way to unlock more potential for him as a pass defender, but I don't see it. Who knows? Weird things happen sometimes. Bradley G says Kevin Steele is like the king of the gotcha. He's always setting you up. Yeah, Kevin. Kevin can be tough. He's mercurial. He's up and down. Depends on the day. But knows a lot about football. Has a lot of passion for it, and likes being here. Has great player evaluations. And if you look at the that side of the defense, they had some really good players this year too, and they have some really good ones coming back. So, got to give him credit. AU Taxman says Daniel Thomas always lost in coverage. Yeah, I just didn't feel like he had that sixth sense when it came to understanding the way that the offense is trying to play you. He just got lulled into too many of those, I think. But obviously, people think that that can be fixed. People in Jacksonville do. Let's see. What we got here. Bradley G. Let's see. Daniel Thomas is great, and people get mad when I criticize him, but because everybody loves him as a person, I feel you, JG. He gets flat-footed too, but I think he has way more upside than down. Yeah, I mean, I think it just depends on who. I guess on what they want from him. I mean, if you want him as a roving safety in the back, I think it's just trouble. If you're looking for someone who's going to be just like an assassin, like a box safety with limited pass responsibility, who's either going to spy or just going to fill against the run, he's pretty good at that now. And he's really good playing in front of him. Like, so when shit's going down in front of him and he's playing out in front of him, he's good. So when shit's going on behind him, he just loses it. But I'll tell you what, man, I'm pulling for that kid. I like all the Montgomery kids. I feel a kinship with all of them, including Henry Ruggs, who was a phenomenal athlete at Lee High School. I mean, JaMychal Green, who played basketball in Alabama, same deal. Made it to the NBA, playing 1A basketball here in the state. I pull for all of them. Montgomery, there's not a lot of great things going on in Montgomery, but we do put out our fair share of athletes that end up being good. And we'll claim Ben Wallace too, even though he's in Whitehall. He's in the next county down. Let's see. Nate just tweeted that Jeremiah Dinson has signed with the Lions. That's good. I love Dinson. Super bright kid. He has that awareness. We were just talking about Daniel Thomas not having a ton of awareness, particularly behind him. Jeremiah Dinson doesn't have that problem at all. He's got great awareness. He's a good leader. He's coachable. It's calm. I just think with him, he's just maybe a little short athletically. No, I mean, I'm saying in an NFL context. But it's not always about who's the fastest dude when you're playing safety. There's a lot of other things that go into that particular position. So being rangy is good. He's fairly rangy. But I think understanding what the offense is trying to do to you and then undermining them or that can make you a lot of money in the NFL. Hey, Taxman says, do we mention Tavares Jackson, T-Jack's death last week? I can't remember if we did or we didn't. I'll discuss it again. T-Jack played high school ball here in town at Sidney Lanier. And he started out his college career at Arkansas, I think it was, and then he finished out at Alabama State where he was just like, it was like PlayStation for him. He was way too good for that league. And he got drafted by the Vikings and ended up playing, I think, 10 years all told in the NFL. And he tragically died, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, out in Pike Road, just outside of Montgomery. And it's probably a mile and a half from my house. And, sad, man. He's behind a wife 2 kids, I believe, maybe 3. And his wife was part of the KinderCare family too, where my wife, administrative assistant, and also runs a child care center. Not right now because they've closed it. When we get back to regular life, those things are going to be going on. We got Aaron Sipos in the chat. Says, who's been talking shit? Probably not you. I had your back, Aaron. Want you to know that. T-Jack at Darby notes that it was at Alabama State. That's correct. He was tremendous there. And, yeah, it's a real tragedy, man, for him to pass away like that. He passed away right near Pike Road School on a little bend in the road there. And as I recall, I think that night was raining and wet. And that's a road where there's the trees are right off the side of the road. Like, you know, he didn't have to go off the road very far to hit that tree. And I don't know, man. So I guess it's your time sometimes, but it's, you know, he's one of the really, really good athletes to play here in Montgomery, and he will definitely be missed. David the Wizard says, is that the real or the fake Sipos? I mean, I doubt it's the real Sipos, right? Because he speaks Australian, so he wouldn't understand what we were talking about. I was just teasing. Now Corny says it's actually him. That's pretty shrewd of you to change that quickly, Corny. Anyway, I feel like I've missed some stuff here. Ed D says some players play better in the NFL than college due to the overall talent on the field. Interesting idea. Let's see. Canoe Man says, I had a dream about that last night. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. Auburn, okay, starts out. Auburn Orange and Blue says, will this be the year Gus lets someone else run the offense? Canoe Man says, I had a dream about that last night, and the answer, well, in the dream was a hard no, and I kicked myself for buying into it again. Who knows? You know, I've told Gus about that too. I said, I'm skeptical about you ever letting somebody else run your offense. I told him that. And he's like, well, it's probably true normally, but, you know, it's Chad. He said, you think I can let it go? I was like, you're going to have to, brother. It's time. And Chad's really good. At some point, you just going to have to go stand or fall, you know? You're just going to have to. Because, Gus, he's got his little hang-ups, man. He's got his hang-ups that are keeping the offense from becoming what it should be, right? I think we all know that. And I'm thinking that Chad won't fall into those same pitfalls. I think he's going to diversify the passing game. I think he's going to bring tight ends into it, good tight ends into it. The kid they got out of Texas, I'm telling you guys, is insanely good. Like, really, really good. Like, he's going to be a beast. I'm saying it right now. He'll be at minimum C.J. Uzomah. Minimum. Absolute minimum. And I don't really know what the top of the line of that kid is. It just depends on how they use him. I think he's going to be special. In my opinion. We got a super chat coming. Oh, my God. Bob Mapplethorpe again. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you, brother. I think that's your 5th super chat of the show. It says drink Tater. Okay, I will. I haven't had a drink yet tonight. I told you guys I haven't been feeling great. And you know I'm not feeling my best when I'm drinking. And I'm not drinking. If I'm passing on the liquor. But I won't do that now, bro. Tonight we're drinking, once again, the Old Soul from my friends at Cathead out of Mississippi. Old Soul. It's a 3-year bourbon. But it has kind of a, to me, it's kind of a nutty taste that I like. It reminds me of the Legent, which I used to have here, but administrative assistant, I guess she annexed it. The Legion and the Beam products, a lot of them have kind of a nutty taste to them. Oh, yeah. I like it. Oh, yeah. Thank you for that, Bob. Appreciate you. D. Lucky reminds us that Nico Thorpe, previously known as Nico Lipscomb, had a long career as a free agent. Hell yeah, he's still playing. Absolutely. Nico's a great example of an undrafted free agent. Parlaying that. I mean, Kevin Green isn't, well, it's a different story with him, I guess. Nico's a great example, though. Ed D says, I don't understand why it's always another coach running his offense. His offense. Amanda says, Gus will never let anyone else or someone else run the offense. That's a great question, guys. And I can't sit here and tell you for sure one way or another. I can just tell you my opinion. And I think Chad is the only person on the planet that Gus would give up the reins to. And the reason that Gus, man, I'm sorry, I'm just like, sometimes I feel like I have to catch my breath. The reason that I think Gus struggles with his own offense, and remember now, Chad, he'll tell you if you ask him, everything he does on offense starts with where Malzahn started, right? Now he's added some things that Malzahn's not into tight ends normally, and Chad's really into tight ends, so there are some differences there. But everything Chad does with an offense, and this goes before Clemson, started with Malzahn, and then he just kind of tweaked it a little bit. So why does Malzahn need somebody else to come in? I think Malzahn just lost touch a little bit with some of the elements of his attack. And it's things that Chad saw as weaknesses and has kind of devised his own solutions to. I think it'll work. I really do. I do want to talk a little bit about Nick Coe. I don't know if you guys have seen, because I've been on the air here for a minute or two, if he's been picked up as a free agent yet. I am very interested in this. Melee says, JGT all about the nuts. That's very funny. You're really funny about that, Melee. You ought to go on the road and tell your funny jokes. Love the cats jumping through. Hornacious, another shot, 1 a.m. beaches. That's a bad word, AU guy, but I'm going to go ahead and clear it. He asked me, when are we playing football, JG? You know, I've been thinking about that. You guys know that I've been thinking that we're gonna go. I think it's gonna be delayed, like let's say October 1st. But you know, when Dr. Fauci was talking yesterday or the day before about, you know, is this thing gonna come back in the fall? And he was like, absolutely, it's gonna come back in the fall. And I thought, I don't like the sound of that. And then I'm watching last night on my network of choice. Not going to go into what it was, but they were talking about, you know, vaccines. And it was like, well, are you guys 100% sure that we're even going to get a vaccine? And they were like, here we go. You know what I mean? Like for me, JG, it's like, we'll just hang in there until we get a vaccine eventually, and then it'll all be good, right? We'll be totally good at that point. And now you hear them talking, and they're like, yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll get a vaccine. I don't know. Oh, boy. All right. Ruxpin says, JG, answer the call. I got to talk MD Dirty Bird. All right. I got it up, bro. Give me a call. I did it again where I didn't. I'm going to tell you guys the truth, man. So I'm taking some of the money that you guys have generously donated through the Super Chats, and I'm getting a new computer that it's going to be like this is on my laptop. I'm going to get a computer that's only for the show because honestly, the things that we do on here, it may seem very archaic on the screen, but it requires a lot of computing power that my laptop's just like, it can handle it, but it doesn't really want to. And so this new computer we're going to get will handle it nicely, and it'll help me do things better here where I struggle to kind of keep the phone going and the chat going and all that. Anyway, let's get to Ruxpin. What's up, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing freaking good. How you doing, JG?
It's awesome to have you on the show, Ruxpin, kicking us off. How was your week, bro?
It was phenomenal, man. Marlon Davidson to the Dirty Birds in round 2. Let's go.
How do you feel about that, bro?
Oh, man. Dude, I'm so pumped. It's the happiest I've been since this whole quarantine thing has started. Like, I mean, we had the draft and everything, and the first night we did phenomenal. Like, big shout-out to Derek Brown. Big shout-out to Iggy getting in there in the first round, man. And then I know we didn't have as many guys taken today as we thought, but Man, I'm so pumped. Marlon's a Falcon. I know they're gonna fuck his career up, but I'm so pumped right now.
Why would you say that, man?
Because I'm an Atlanta sports fan, JG.
Yeah.
I know what we do.
But now you can pull for the Falcons and feel really good about it with Marlon beating ass out there, right?
Oh man, I'm pumped. They're gonna line him up next to Grady Jarrett. I think they're gonna move Marlon inside, try to get him to gain some weight.
Can see that.
So I mean, I'm excited to see him on the field. I'm definitely gonna buy a jersey. I think Stutzy's gonna buy a jersey too. So we'll have to coordinate which colors we buy.
Stutzy. I was hoping Stutzy was going to call in tonight, Ruxpin, but he said he had a dinner date or something.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, I know Kemp opened or starting to open the state back up, but I think Stutz got a pretty big family and spent some time with them.
Oh, word. Okay. Did you have a good week though, in general?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still fortunate, blessed to have a job, but it's been crazy. But I actually just got onto the show and watching because it was my mom's birthday today, so we were celebrating that. So
awesome.
Definitely a good day with family.
That's great, man. You're able to hang out with her a little bit, right?
Yeah. So my parents aren't taking the social distancing thing. Like, they don't care at all, and I'm not trying to get in an argument with my mom over her birthday.
Yeah.
So we were chilling. We were chilling down. She's in Peachtree City, so we were chilling down there.
Damn, all right. That's where Jeff Shepard. You ever heard of Jeff Shepard?
Yeah, no, we talked about this on one show. The Kentucky basketball player?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're telling me about him, and I compared him to Robert Chubb, who's also from Peachtree City.
Yes. Chubb is the only athlete I've ever heard use the word flaccid in a press conference. So there's that.
Well, he was pretty flaccid in the post, if you know what I'm talking about.
I'd say you don't know anything about being flaccid. I know that, Ruxpin. You're a beast.
But, Jay, how was your week? You have a good one?
Yeah.
I know you're feeling kind of weird tonight, but.
Yeah, I'm feeling kind of weird, but my daughter had her 18th birthday the other day, and we made it go off without a hitch, and so that's good enough for a whole week right there, brother.
Oh, congrats to her, man. So I know last show I think she got some good news. Where's she going to school now? Or y'all still haven't decided?
She's going to South Alabama.
Hell yeah, man. Jags?
Jag off. That's right, buddy.
Well, cool, man. Well, tell Maddie congrats.
Thank you.
That's great for her birthday. I hope we have a Hall of Fame show. I know there's some people that want to call in, so I'll go ahead and get off the line for you boys.
Appreciate you, Ruxpin. You're doing a hell of a job, brother.
All right. Love you, JG. I'll talk to you later.
See you, man. There's Ruxpin, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I feel like I just can't get my breath tonight. I don't know what the deal is. Messing me up. All right. Let's see what else. Ruxpin said he was pretty fired up at getting that Marlin jersey, to which Call Me Biscuit said, grown-ass men do not wear jerseys, Ruxpin. I think there are certain situations where it's okay. I think. I honestly, I don't personally have a problem with it when the guys are at a game or whatever. It's when it's just like a Tuesday afternoon and you're rolling up in your jersey. That's kind of silly, I think. But I'm not going to tell. Who am I to tell a man what he should and shouldn't wear? I don't know. You want to wear a jersey? Go wear a jersey. I'm not going to. No, I don't own that many. I do own a Reggie White Packers jersey, though, from the 1994 season. Has the anniversary patch on there. Hell yeah, I do. I loved Reggie White. My dad got me into the Packers back when they were shitty in the 80s. And I was super, super into them. We would watch them on our big satellite. Remember in those days before they had the small dish business? You had to have a satellite that was like the size of a room. And, yeah, Steven, it is kind of weird with the shortness of breath. I don't know. I just feel like I can't get a satisfying breath. I don't know what the deal is with that. If I start feeling really weird, I'm just going to bounce off the show, I guess. But I'm all right now. Doing all right. Canoe Man says your mom goes to college. Good comeback there. It's Kip, right? From Napoleon Dynamite. He's the one that says your mom goes to college. He's the man. Take a little Pilsky here and see if that'll help. Probably shouldn't be drinking a lot, though, when I'm popping pills, eh? Canoe Man says, dude, you have the COVID. No, I don't have any other symptoms. I don't have a fever. I don't have a cough. Just, I guess, doctor administrative assistant thinks it's allergies, but I don't know. Yeah, good stuff. Nate was just retweeting something from Daniel Thomas. But when I clicked on it, it went to Jeremiah Denson. That's why I got thrown off there. Yeah, Daniel Thomas, who's an absolute beast, says, so the last shall be first and the first last. From many be called, but few chosen. No matter what, keep the faith. God has a plan. Good for you, Daniel. I'm happy for you. Hope you make a bunch of money. Hope you make a bunch of money and come back to Montgomery and do great things for this community. That's what I really hope. Let's see. Hornatius with a really positive spin on old-time satellites. There was a lot of good porn on the big satellite. That's good stuff. Stephen Tucker says, this is a story in 3 lines. I went to the doctor yesterday worried. I tested positive for strep. Hey now. Stoop Up says it's probably not Rona. It's all them quarantine snacks. Thank you for the super chat, sir. Again, I bet you that's like your 15th consecutive show with a super chat. It's appreciated, brother. AU Taxpan with a reference to the 80s Packers, Don Mikowski, the Magic Man. Yes, sir. That was like the first year they were actually kind of decent. I want to say that was like 89 maybe. Man, back in those days, I mean, it was really kind of hard to watch NFL because you would have your national games that were on, you know, whatever, NBC, CBS, ABC, and then nothing else. And now you can see everything. Hey, caller, welcome to the show. How you doing?
JGT, what's up, big boy?
Hey, is this David?
Oh, yeah, you know what's good.
What up, bro? How you been?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Chilling. Just been living that draft life for the last few days. The draft is one of my favorite times of the year just because I'm a huge college and NFL fan. So when they kind of clash in the middle of the off season, you know, it's good. So hell yeah.
So how do you think? What was the reaction? Your reaction to the reaction of you being on the show last week?
It was dope. I was pretty drunk, man, and I know I do go long-winded sometimes, so I understand. But it was chill. I was about it. It was fun.
Yeah, I had to cut you off a little bit there, but I mean, still, I think you gave some very good advice. You know.
Well, nice then. Hell yeah, I'm glad you. I'm glad the preach didn't seem like it was like hate. No, nobody was hating hard or anything. So it was all good.
No, and I think you gave some good tips for the guys out there who maybe you're, out there on Tinder or just kind of looking for the gals right now, still in that searching mode. I think you gave them some good tips to not get carried away. You know.
Yeah, man, hell yeah. And whoever, just because I remember you said some chick text you talking about how I am not getting these ladies. They're out of their mind, and I will bet them $1 versus like $150 that I will like sit here and prove that I'd be getting these girls.
David the Wizard says David the Wizard says he can prove that he's pulling in all this wool. He can prove it.
Yeah,
Do you have your doubts?
Like, if somebody's gonna take me up on this bet, I'll have like a chick over next week when we do the show. And I'll have her confirm. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, yeah, I think we would probably be up for that. Do you have video?
Video? Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, I ain't trying to show all that.
Okay, I see. I'm just trying to make sure for the most skeptical of our viewers that might have questions about that. That's all.
Yeah, dog. Yeah.
What do you think about the draft, man? I mean, you think this justifies what Auburn's been doing on defense to get all these guys picked high?
Yeah, man. I mean, Auburn recruits well for sure, and I mean, the issue is not the players being good or us recruiting good or coaching them up good. It's just play calling is like the only thing that holds us back from being better than we are. You know what I mean? So
I can see that.
And then
but
that's yeah.
Derek Brown going first round, Noah going first round. Were you surprised by Noah going that high?
No, I wasn't surprised by Noah going. Well, the only reason I would have begun to even kind of be surprised just because of the depth of this class at the top. But no, he was a perfect fit for the Dolphins. I mean, he is the perfect, because the thing is, if you were to draft him and use him as an outside corner, I wouldn't necessarily say first-round talent. But as a slot corner, which they're clearly going to use him as because they already have two good outside corners, he's perfect because, one, he's better in coverage in the slot anyway. And two, he's a big, strong guy for a corner. I mean, he's built like a box safety, and he can provide, the slot corner is the one closest for like run cover or run defense and stuff like that. So, and he can match up with, more physical like tight ends and receivers and stuff like that. So, I mean, no, he was perfect for that.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be good, man. He works hard and he's a good athlete. He's a great athlete actually. So he's got a chance. I mentioned earlier with the Dolphins too. They're kind of crappy, so he might have a little bit of time to just kind of get used to the NFL speed. By the time they get better, he'll be ready to be better.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I don't think it'll be that long though. I mean, they've one, they have a lot of cap space to go sign free agents, and two, at this point, they now have a super talented secondary, and they have a decent front seven, and all they really need now that they have Tua is one true, like, legit number one receiving threat, because their receiving core plus, like, a legit number one receiver would be pretty solid. And then if they can just make their offensive line average, like, just enough to give, Tua's a good quarterback. I mean, he's going to be, if he can stay healthy, I mean, there's no reason to not expect him to be, an above average quarterback in the NFL. So, I mean,
hell yeah.
They should be. And also, their division, now that Tom Brady's gone, the Jets are terrible. The Bills are good, but, I mean, they're not like some world beater team. And unless the Patriots can really turn around, I mean, they're really not that Bill Belichick's a great coach, but if you look at their roster, it's not they're nowhere near like, the top tier, most talented teams in the league now that Brady's gone. So, I mean.
David the Wizard, you're a badass. You're one of our all-time favorites, one of my all-time favorites. I don't know if the chat feels the same way, but I appreciate you calling in and being part of everything we do here at auburnsports.com. You are loved.
Hell yeah. Preach, man, big time. I'm about to do this shot, by the way. I think you should take a shot, too, big boy.
All right, I will do that just for you.
Hell yeah, preach, my dude.
See you, bro.
All right, see you, man.
That was David the Wizard, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a shorter call for him. He did say he was going to take a shot, and I said I would too, so I'm going to take a shot. It's for David the Wizard. For your NFL knowledge, for your Tinder knowledge. Ruxpin said in the chat everything he knows about Tinder he learned from David the Wizard. And I would imagine that Ruxy Poo has really brought down the house on Tinder a time or two. This for you, David. Hell yeah. Andrew B says if JG starts sweating like Bruce Pearl, somebody call 911. Oh, boy. Kind of wobbling a little bit tonight. I'm not going to lie about it. Let's see. Does Jay type that fast, or is the administrative assistant being the smartass? I don't know what that means. Administrative assistant is in the house, though. And I think you were giving me the wrap it up sign on David the Wizard, right? I think administrative assistant may be one of the people that has some questions about, if David the Wizard slays maybe as often as he would think, as he says he does. I mean, far be it from me to question a subscriber. If Dave says he's slaying, he's slaying. But he offered it to have some proof in the next show, and I personally, as the host of this show, I would like to see that. I would like to hear that and just see where we go with that. Hey, caller, welcome to the show. How you doing?
What's up, JGT?
Word. Who I got on the horn? Yeah.
This is Croc22. Crocodile.
Hey, Crocodile. How you been, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. It's been a beautiful day.
Well, hell yeah. I guess you live in Alabama then?
Yeah, I live in Birmingham.
Word. It has been
sunny, windy. It's perfect.
Dude, we got like 4 more days of this. It's going to be like super sunny for a while. So.
Yeah, and then we get the storms again. saying next week's going to be bad. I hope not.
Well, I think Dave the Wizard says that sunshine means sleigh time, and so good for him, man.
I think David the Wizard thinks every day is sleigh time, but that's just me.
Well, for big time ballers like myself and Dave, we can slay pretty much anytime we need to. So.
Oh yeah, man.
I think a Minnesota assistant doesn't agree.
So, what did you think about the draft?
I was fired up, man. I love seeing Auburn kids make money. I always am, because I know how hard they work, man. And those kids, in particular, those top 3 guys, work really, really hard. So I'm glad to see them getting paid.
Oh yeah, man. Our defensive backs, they have been killing it lately.
Right? I mean, Carlton, Jamil. Javaris got a deal today.
Yep.
Obviously, Noah's in the first round. That's a lot of dudes, man.
Yeah. Yeah, especially those Florida teams, man. They're going to be all Auburn defensive backs.
That's right. I hadn't thought about that.
It's crazy.
It's going to be big, though.
And then wasn't it this class the class that got drafted, they said that the class coming in is more talented than they were. So I'm super excited to see how Kevin Steele and Crime Dog uses them.
We were talking just a minute ago about Dave Slan on the chat. The Canoe Man says, do his grinders matches count? I don't even And then Hornatius said they count double.
Me.
Anyway, is that like where you go and get meat like from like a butcher or something like that? I don't know, what's grinder?
It's like Tinder,
Grinding
but
coffee.
for other options,
Oh, okay. Damn, Courtney, why didn't you tell me that? He said it's like Tinder, but for other options.
Yeah.
I thought you said coffee. Grinding coffee. Okay, that's what administrative
Yeah, grinding coffee. There you go.
Do you think that Dave should have to call in with one of his girls next week to prove that he's a slayer, or nay?
I don't think that proves it.
Oh, okay.
I think he's got to go with video, like you said.
Yeah, see, I was pushing for video, and he made me feel like a creep, but I feel like you guys would like to see that and make sure it's legit,
I mean, someone else can prove it. He can DM Papa Bear with those videos or something, and Papa Bear can confirm it for us.
I don't know if Papa Bear can make it through those videos, man.
Oh man! But we gotta have someone credible. It's gotta be someone credible on the board.
Yeah.
Maybe Power Man can help us out.
Ooh, he'd be good, or Stretch Armstrong, maybe. Who knows?
Oh yeah, Stretch. There you go.
Anything else you want to jump in here with, Crocosile? You're obviously one of our superstar posters, so.
Can we talk basketball for a second?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
It's getting kind of interesting now because Auburn seems like they're running out of options. So I don't know if Bruce has something up his sleeve, but I feel like the team they definitely need someone experienced, and they need a shooter. Like we need some type of shooting guard, point guard, something. But
yeah, I think they need 2 more players. They need 2 more players. And I just don't know if they're going for guards, man. I don't know if they're going for guards.
Yeah, not an insider on the board. He was bringing up something interesting about maybe someone reclassifying from 2021.
Yeah.
And I know we're on Chance Moore pretty hard, and he plays at McEachern with Sharif right now. So that'd be interesting. But
the 2021 kid that they're trying to get. The 2021 kid, Kuminga, he's a forward. I mean, he's a badass, though, but he's a forward, so.
And he's not really developed as a shooter yet, is the
right.
problem. Like, he's a really good slasher. Pretty much a Greg Brown type, in my opinion. Probably a better shooter than Greg Brown, but not quite there.
Me and Jeffrey Lee are on the opinion that you're right, that they need another sharpshooter, but I'm not sure that they are on that. I don't know as though BP and his staff feel that way. I don't know.
Yeah, and I know early on, I can't remember what interview, but Bruce was saying the one thing his staff was looking for was to inject some experience. And it feels like we're out of transfer options, so I don't know how he's going to do that.
Well, they've got some irons in the fire with a few more grad transfers. So, I mean, there's other options available. I would not – I feel like you're losing faith a little bit here, brother.
I'm not losing faith. I just think it'll be interesting how they approach it because it's kind of hard to see what they're going to do, but they have a plan. Obviously, it's Bruce.
Yeah, I got you.
But the other thing I don't think I've seen any information on like offer dates, because I know Kaminga, we were one of the first people to offer him, which is why we're in this thing. I think it was like 2016, which is 2 years into Bruce's tenure. He was all over Kaminga like that early. It was us and Iona or something. So it's crazy how early Bruce gets on these kids that end up coming to us.
Yeah,
and then
he's going to pull it out. Dude.
Yeah, Sharif, he offered him in 2016. And if you go back and look at the videos of Sharif when we offered him, he looked like an elementary school player. So it's crazy. Bruce is good at this. I trust in him completely.
Plus Ira Bowman was the guy who was leading up the Sharif thing. So got to give him some love on that too.
I don't want to go too deep, so I'm gonna jump off, let some other callers get in here. But it was great talking to you, JGT.
Hey, I appreciate you, Crocodile. You're one of the good ones, and I appreciate you being part of the show and for being a super chatter too.
Thanks, man.
All
Have
right,
a good day.
See ya. Hey, so we were talking here in the chat about Amanda. Apparently, some folks are concerned that she may be a catfish. I feel like YouTube would be a strange place to catfish people, but whatever. And so there's been some kvetching about, who is Amanda? Is it Wireless Dam Engineer? Is it Marlon Davidson? Who could it be? Could it be Stump Fan? I feel like we could clear this up if Amanda did call the show. So if you're interested, Amanda, in calling in and kind of quelling some of this speculation about you being a catfish or whatever, which I think is crazy. First of all, there's no way that's the deal. I mean, these skeptical people on the chat, I don't know what they're thinking. They're pissy and they're angry about having been in quarantine for 5 weeks, and that's their problem, But I'm just speaking for them. Maybe they would feel better if you called in.
I feel like.
Hey, caller, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Who is this? This is the Tater?
This is the Tater, indeed. Who I got on the horn?
You got Bo's late.
What's up, man?
Hey, man, what's going on?
I haven't talked to you on the phone in like a week. How you been?
I know. You don't call. You don't write. I don't know you anymore.
That's bullshit. We
drifted apart.
Dude, we texted.
Hey,
like
how was baby girl's birthday?
It was great, man. I mean, we had a parade in front of the house, bro.
Now, look, I hope you don't mention the age on the bunker. There'll be some people lining up now.
Oh my God,
street legal.
You're right, guys. She's 12. She's 12, guys. Stop.
12. Yes, yes. Stay with that.
She even got
She's Doogie Howser.
She even got a Facebook thumbs up from Christy Malzahn. That was nice.
I mean, y'all are so close. I mean, it's just part of the thing.
Well, I do love Miss Christy. Administrative assistant loves Miss Christy too, so it's all good.
Yes, well, we all love Christy.
How have you been doing, Bo's? Great. You're one of the good guys
doing
out there.
Good. Well, you are too, man. It's a good group. You sound like a good show so far.
Yeah. Now you are homies with some folks that are maybe not posting as much. Not at Shorts, Keller Dog.
I've heard rumors.
I think they got.
I've heard some rumors.
They got turned off, I think, a little bit by the politics. They're still on the board and they still love Auburn sports, but I don't think they're posting as much because it can be frustrating to see certain people, DM8 and Stump Fan, get in every damn thread and try to get political.
Some people get pretty upset about it. I'm one of them at some point.
I do too.
I try to let it go.
I get pissed off too sometimes because people want to turn it political all the time, and it gets under my skin a little bit.
I think we all just need to do a big kumbaya and get everybody back on the board and get back to. Now we're back in sports. Now we had a draft.
I know, and that's. I think we're gonna still. I think we still have a chance to get some NBA and some MLB going. I really do. I really, really do.
Have you heard this college football in the spring yet?
Yeah, I've heard it. I mean, I don't know if that's legit or not. I ran that by Alan Green the other day, and he just kind of gave me the non-committal don't know. But it's possible, man. I hope not. I really want some fall football is what I want.
I do too. I want it just to be normal as quickly as possible, but I know that may not happen.
Yeah. But I worry about it. I mean, 90,000 people in Jordan Hare. I mean, I don't know if that's going to work for the time being, you know?
No, well, it'll save me some money this year, that's for sure.
Yeah. AuburnSports.com. We could use a little football, too.
Well, look, we need some super chats to go on right now.
Oh
People
no,
get out there and help.
people have been insanely generous, so that ain't the problem at all. The problem is this damn
Good,
virus.
good. Man, I think we're going back to normal here soon, though. Hopefully.
I like to hear that attitude. That can-do attitude from you, Bo, is great. If you're saying that,
I'm not scared. I'm not scared, man. I've got my Lysol and hand sanitizer. I'm ready to go at it.
Just don't inject it, bro. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to inject it. I'm not having freebase any hydrocodone, hydroperoxide, anything. Hey, tell me what's going on with Nick Cole, man. How come? What's the deal?
Yeah, I need to make a couple calls on that one, honestly, and to see what's going on with that. I mean, obviously he kind of disappeared from the team, and there was a lot of chatter about that. And obviously, whatever's behind that probably turned some people off, because that's the only thing I can imagine here. Because he's a player, man, and he's an athlete.
Dude, looking at him in person, I mean, the cat's got muscles in his fingernails. I mean, he is built to destroy on a football field.
And I thought in general, he wasn't as effective as he should have been, as a college player, and that probably hurts him too. But I don't know. Something
happened. I mean, he didn't commit this year. They weren't happy with where he was mentally or physically. And this year was just a wash. This whole season was a wash for him. But the year before, I thought he showed a lot of promise.
Yeah, me too, man. I just thought it was. I don't know. I felt like I had a pretty good idea of what happened behind the scenes, and to me, it wasn't a big deal that would have affected his NFL draft stock. But I'm not the one picking,
No, but I don't think Gus is the kind of guy that's going to hold revenge and sabotage.
No.
Somebody's. I think he's the opposite of that. So it must be something that's bled through to the NFL circles as well.
Yeah. I mean, I've asked around about it a lot, and I mean, I got a pretty good. I mean, I felt like I had the story. I understood what was going on. I wasn't going to write it, but I felt like I understood what happened, and either I got the story wrong, or what I was told was wrong, or the NFL people heard something else, or something. I don't know. I still feel like that kid can play in the NFL, but he'll get a chance.
Oh, that kid can definitely play in the NFL, and he'll get a chance.
He'll get a chance.
But now, was there any greater mystery? A lack of mystery today than Hastings going to the Patriots?
No surprise there at all, right?
I mean, and everybody talks about how small. The cat's bigger than Wes Welker and faster.
Is that true? I didn't know he's bigger than Wes Welker.
I saw some stats, and it had the measurements, last year, I think. I was pretty shocked. Maybe it was Edelman. He was bigger than. Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've talked to, Wee Willie a bunch of times, and he just looks like a soccer player to me. He's definitely not big.
No.
But, I mean, those dudes can he can play. We know he can play, Bo. We know that.
Well, you also see him in context of other football players out there, too. So it's, he does look very different. In the street clothes, one-on-one, he's not quite that tiny.
No. He's a good football player, and I'm glad to see the Patriots are going to give him a chance to kind of see what he can do,
Oh, that'll be fun to watch, at least.
Yeah.
Well, man, let's get some other callers on here. We need to reach out to bring everybody back together, get the crew back.
Who are you speaking about specifically?
Well, some of the guys that have decided to take some time off. We need to get them back.
Well, I think the only way to do that is to cut way back on the political talk, which I wasn't telling you it was open, not you, but I mean the site. I wasn't telling everybody it was open season on politics. I was just saying sometimes the virus and politics kind of intersect, and I was trying to say it was okay to bring that up a little bit, and some other people just went a little too far with it, and we're in the process of bringing them back in, reeling them in.
I've noticed it a lot lately.
Yeah,
it's been a lot more sports-centered again.
Yeah, I've been reeling it in a bunch. So hopefully we'll get it to a point where those guys feel comfortable coming back.
Well, good job tonight, man. Appreciate you.
You're a Hall of Famer, Bo. I appreciate you, brother.
Man, you take care, brother.
See you, man.
See you, bud.
Bo was great. A guy who I consider myself, he's a real-life friend of mine now, due to the bunker. Met him a few times at the bunker lunches, and I just get along with him real good. He's just good people. A bunch of those guys calling are good people. So, yeah. There was some chatting on the there was some chatting going on that Amanda was going to call in. Now, I got a super chat from Manti Teo. It should be Manti Teo's girlfriend, right? It says, take Amanda's call. She's for real. All right. Well, the phone line's wide open. Andrew B says, is Hastings to New Orleans a nod to Stidham taking over for Brady? Interesting. I can't imagine that Stidham was like, if there's one guy on this planet that can help me be successful next year, it's Will Hastings. Not to say Will isn't a good football player. He is. I'm really glad he's getting a chance. But I don't know as though that's the guy Stidham would have picked if he had his choice of anybody, you know? I mean, it's not like he's going to pull some wool over Bill Belichick's eyes. Crocodile says, there's bunker lunches? Hell yeah, there are. There's a bunch of them. Hey, caller, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
What's up, Judgy?
Word, who I got on the horn?
Be lucky.
Hey, what up, man?
What's happening?
Oh, I just went ahead and
Bro, you got me scared up here.
I put Not Amanda on there. I was just kidding around. What up, D Lucky? How you been, man?
Damn. I'm good, man. You got me scared. Shortness of breath.
Dude, you
bro,
think
shortness of breath?
Yeah, it's not a lot of fun for me either, bro. I mean, not.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, I don't take that stuff lightly, man.
I know, but I'm not. I don't feel sick. I don't know. I don't really know what's going on with me.
Well, as long as the admin assistant is in there watching you.
She is keeping an eye on me, so she keeps shoving pills in my face, so that's probably good enough. Hey, I'm glad that you were not coming on after David the Wizard this week. You're coming after somebody a little different.
It's all good. Like I said, David, he's David's David. I've learned. David's gonna be David. That ain't gonna be nothing changing that. So I'll jump in after whoever, whenever.
How was your week,
I'll follow
man?
him up next time.
You do all right?
Week's good. Quiet. Just still working, staying at home, trying to stay healthy.
Did you watch that draft?
I did. That was good. It was good to have a little something that was had a little reality to it. Had some sports purpose at least.
Yeah.
I was proud of the boys, all those that made it. So
do you like that? You like how it was kind of in absentia, meaning, everybody was kind of on Skype or whatever and doing it that way?
Yeah, I mean, for what we got, you don't have a lot of other options. I doubt that they do it again. I feel, hopefully this is the only in absentia draft we ever have to see. But, it was good. There were some stories made. A couple of girlfriends got a little airtime that they wouldn't have gotten otherwise.
Yeah, you talking about C.D. Lamb's?
It's all good.
C.D. Lamb's girl got a little pushed aside there. That was pretty sweet, I thought.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I'm a Cowboys fan, so I was watching that one pretty closely. So, as some of the coaches like to say, CD might have a little dog in him, so that might help us on the field.
Yeah, I know. I think he's going to be good, though. It's going to be a good pick for y'all.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I didn't think they'd go that direction, but when he falls that far, got to take him.
I don't know if you've been following the show, but David the Wizard has offered to prove that he can actually pull in chicks. Do you need proof, or are you convinced that that's true?
Pardon the pun, but I'm a hard pass on all that, bro.
You just don't need any proof. I got you. You just wanted to take him at his word.
If that man feels like he needs to lie on his dick, then so be it.
Oh man,
he's telling the truth. More power to him.
I can't decide.
I'm not gonna hate either way.
Can't decide if I want him to do it or not. So I think you and Crocodile both were saying, "Nah, you're good."
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where the upside is in it, so I can't find it for me. Maybe there's something for somebody.
All right, D Lucky, you're an absolute beast. You're one of our newer callers, though, but I think you need to call in every week. I'm
a newer caller, but I'm a long-time member, dude.
Well, I know that.
I have been on the site.
Have you been on the show?
1997, 98.
Oh, I didn't mean it that way. I just meant like on a brain drain. That's all.
Oh, yeah, no, brain drain. I was a lurker. I didn't understand what the hell a super chat was for a long time. I was like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, it's a little tricky.
Like, is this made up? I thought it was like a platinum membership. You had to have that to super chat. And then I was like, oh, shit, this is actually legit.
It is legit, I promise. And it's appreciated. I know you dropped a few last week, too, so thank you for that, bro.
Got one coming a little later, a little gas money from Matt.
D-Lucky, you're a badass. I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, man, I appreciate you doing this. Give me something to look forward to. Feel like what's our girl on the Sunday Night Football.
Oh, Susie Colbert?
No. The singer. Waited all day for Saturday night.
I don't know. Jordan Sparks? Jennifer Hudson?
I forget. I forget. Country singer. American Idol.
Oh, the hot chick?
Somebody. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I forgot her name. Miranda Lambert?
No. Somebody's gonna call it.
All right.
Somebody will post it.
All right.
But that's what I feel like. Waited all day for Saturday night.
You're a beast.
Hey, man. Stay well, man.
Appreciate
Stay
you,
well.
man. Thank you. See you, man.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, we had D-Lucky on the phone, and I suspected Amanda was trying to call in. Let me see if this might be her right here. Hey, caller, welcome to the show. How you doing?
What's
up, Jay?
good
What's
in the
up,
hood?
Jay?
Oh, my
Power
gosh.
Man.
Hold on. All right, who I got right here?
Power Man.
Hey, Power Man. I took 2 calls at once there. I'm sorry. I think I had Amanda, and I hung up on her. I think that's what happened there. Anyway.
Hold on a second. The Power kids wanted to hear me as the older one says, I want to hear you on the horn. So they're listening. I had to get them to turn it down. So
You are definitely on the horn now, brother. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, all good. Hey, Pena's getting kind of beat up in a thread. He kind of has a point that Auburn has 16 draftees in the last 3 years or whatever it is. Some stat that it's the most since like 89, 90, something like that. Do you think that Auburn has a talent problem, or do you think it has a situational problem with LSU, Georgia, and Alabama being so ramped up? Does Auburn have the most talent that it's ever had?
I think Auburn's close to that level, yeah. I mean, but I think for me, I have to look at it as offense versus defense. I think there's weird things going on the offensive side of the ball, and I think Kevin Steele and his guys over there are total badasses. You know what I mean? That's just kind of how I see it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's kind of it's not an equal deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very fair. It every time I was reading that thread and I was kind of thinking about that and kind of maybe it is the talent thing. Then I would flash back to 2016 Georgia and kind of the debacles that Gus has had on the offensive side, and it just go back to the bowl game this year when he gets momentum and he just throws it away in grandiose fashion, just to make sure the fan base stays riled up.
Yeah, it's a frustrating situation, as you and I have documented well on the show and on the bunker.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And we were just talking earlier in the show about, can Gus cede control to Chad Morris? I think that he can, but I have a feeling you're skeptical about that, Power Man.
No, I think it's the one and Fig was way out front on this one, and he got blistered for it. I think it's the one person that Gus trusts. The problem is that all this COVID stuff and not being able to be on the field, and I think Gus will regress back to his status quo of distrust. But no, I do think that given the right circumstance, and I think that's the one person that Gus would turn things over to, because I do think he trusts Chad Morris.
I feel the same way, and I think it's good for Auburn because I think Chad Morris is going to do a better job than Gus did. My opinion.
Yes, totally agree. And I think Chad Morris is a good coach. I think he was doing good at SMU, and he was very good at Clemson. I think he's a very good coach. Arkansas was a terrible situation, and he was probably really stupid for taking that job. Or I say stupid, he got paid a ton of money.
Yeah.
So it was not a great job to take if you're thinking about what your coaching career looks like versus your financial future. But I do think that that's the person that I think is a good coach, and I do think that's the one that Gus would trust.
He will.
So who knows what it looks like coming without a spring and without the summer camps where he can do install 7-on-7 stuff behind the guys at the NCAA and all that kind of stuff. But who knows? That's the person that I do think Gus would trust. Yeah,
and he's competent. I think so. I really do. How was your week, bro? You doing all right?
It was good. I'm laying a little low on the bunker. I've made my points known that I think that that it's time to kind of get out and face this thing. And, we need to do it smartly and do it intelligently, but we can't hide forever. And I think it's kind of time for, if you saw the roads this weekend, I think people also feel that it was quite a bit more active out on the streets today.
Yes,
and,
it was.
the last couple of days.
It was that way in Montgomery too. We noted it.
Yeah.
It was pretty full out there. So
yeah, I think people are getting a little. Here's the other thing, Jay. When it comes to football, if every construction worker in Birmingham is going to have this thing, if it can be transmitted through the air outside, and I run the people in Birmingham will know this. I run the Lake Shore Trail every day, and it's a sea of people, and I pass hundreds of people every day within 3 feet as we're running the jogging trails, and that gives me hope that we can do outside sporting events because there's not a lot of those people getting sick.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to. I'm not saying I want to go sit inside with 100,000 people in a dome stadium where we're recirculating air, but I'm not sure that this thing's not okay if you're outside, because there's a lot of people outside doing work that don't appear to be getting ill.
Yeah, that'd be good. I still don't think Meemaw's going to open this state until it's going to be early May. I don't think. I mean, Kay Ivey doesn't sound like she's in a hurry to get it open. So.
No, I think, I agree. I just don't think the people of the state are going to. Jay, it just doesn't make any sense for me to be able to drive down 18th Street in Homewood and see all the mom and pop, the small businesses closed, but I can go to Target or Walmart and buy all the clothes that I want.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
None. Makes no sense. All right, Power Man.
Hopefully these are the weirdest times we'll ever live through.
God, I hope so, because this is really freaking me out, bro. I know it's freaking everybody out.
Yep.
Maybe I'm not handling it as well as some. Anyway, you're the man. Power Man.
Have a good one. Talk to you later.
See you, bro.
Bye.
First bout Hall of Famer, Power Man right there. One of the all-time greats. And I think when I answered 2 calls at once earlier, which is because I'm an idiot. So I ended up holding on to Power Man, and I cut off the other person. So if you want to call back, I will do my best to answer one line this time. And I feel like I've hung up on Power Man before, so I guess he was on the other end of that one that time. It happens. There's been a lot of chat on the chat about Amanda. It's got everybody talking here. And David the Wizard's trying to get pictures. And Raven correctly wants to know what she's drinking. Ryan D wants to know what I'm drinking. The answer on that is Old Soul, the Cat Head product. Is what I'm drinking tonight. I'm not drinking a bunch tonight. I've been having, I guess you could say, just like some difficulty breathing. I just feel like I can't get a satisfying deep breath. But I'm definitely not feverish or anything like that. So, I don't think I have the COVID. I don't know what's going on with that. Hey, caller, welcome to the show. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Have I got Amanda on the horn?
You do. Let's put this to bed.
All right. So these people think that you're not really Amanda. Why do you think they're doing that?
It's so ridiculous. Well, I wish I was Marlon Davidson. He just got a big payday yesterday.
Oh, he's about to get one. Hell yeah, he is. He's going to make $1 million or whatever.
Shit, he's going to be making a lot better than I am. So.
Have the.
But I don't know, what's the deal. What is it? Can a remotely attractive female not know football? What is the deal here?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. The answer to that is no. We know lots of gals that know a lot about football, and some of our best callers are female. We had a gal named J Bell on after the Iron Bowl, and she put everybody down. She was the best caller we had that day. So I don't understand why some guys.
I know I know a lot of men that can't talk football with me. Especially Georgia fans. They're the worst.
They're the worst, no doubt. Although Tennessee fans are delusional as well. They keep thinking they're one game away.
Yeah, but they're really not. But delusional is a great word for Georgia fans because they haven't won anything in my lifetime.
No, it's been 40 years, something like that. I'm an old man and I was a baby when the last time they won anything. So my guess is you may not.
When it comes to the big games, they always lay an egg.
Are you? I don't want to get too deep into your background or anything, but I mean, are you in Alabama? Are you in Georgia? Where's your general location?
I'm in Atlanta, but I am an Auburn grad.
Okay. And obviously, being over there, you're stuck listening to dog fans bark about their dumb stuff all the time. I'm sure you get really tired of that.
Well, of course. I mean, it's ridiculous. I think they talk the most shit and have no reason to talk shit. At least Alabama fans have won something. You know, Georgia fans haven't won anything, and they talk shit like they have. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm stuck over here in Alabama, and I have to hear a lot of that too. But whatever. Hell, my best friends are Bammers, and I still have to tell them like, let's back off a little bit, just a little bit. Are you? There's a lot of people on the bunker want to know. Are you on the bunker?
I am not on the bunker. I know I need to be, but I'm not.
Okay, but you're not on a competing site though, are you?
I am not.
Okay, phew, thank goodness. So how did you happen
I'm
upon?
not.
How did you happen upon our little humble show here?
I was just Googling Auburn things one day, and I came across you. And literally, you're my favorite person to tune into after a game.
Oh,
I really should go sign up for the bunker. You're my favorite to listen to. It's always good times. How can you not love having a drink and talking a little Auburn sports? It's the best.
That's what I like to do. My suggestion, though, if you ever do jump on the bunker, and I would love it if you did, just pick a neutral name that doesn't say you're a girl. We have lots of girls on the board that just have a name that people don't even know they're girls. That's, I think, the best way to do it, because I think guys get really weird, like they're doing to you on the chat.
Oh, harassing me?
Yeah.
It's fine. Usually, once you talk sports a little bit, they're either trying to get in your pants or they get real defensive. So it's one way or the other, and I'm used to it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Your thoughts on? We've been talking tonight about can Chad Morris actually do some things for Auburn's offense that Gus hasn't been able to do? Are you fired up about him taking control of the offense, and do you think Gus will let him do it?
I'm not fired up about him at all. I don't think Gus will release the reins. I think Gus has to be in control of the offense. I think he's proven that. He's shown that. I think as long as Gus is head coach, we're not going to win anything.
Damn. That's a pretty somber assessment there.
I hate to say that, again, I'm an Auburn grad. My dad went to Auburn. I'm from an Auburn family. I love Auburn to my core. There's nothing better than Auburn football except Auburn basketball because Bruce Pearl is the man. But, Gus has shown us what he's capable of. I think that when we win in spite of him. Something that's probably not a popular opinion with a lot of people either is I don't think Bo Nix is the guy. I don't think we can win with Bo Nix. So I think Gus Malzahn and Bo Nix are our two biggest problems.
Wow. What do you not like about Bo Nix?
Well, here's a question that's a shorter answer. What do I like about Bo Nix? I mean, I think he's a good kid, but I don't think he sees the field well. I think he throws behind guys a lot. I think if we had a different QB, we win the LSU game, hands down. If we had a different QB, we almost win the Florida game. The Florida game was a lot closer than it looked like, I think.
He was not great this year. I agree. My thought is he's just so young. I was willing to give him some credit, but you're not, and that's cool.
But if you rewatch, I just rewatched the Oregon game, and even in the Oregon game, we came through and we won that game, but he didn't look solid throughout that whole game. And what you have to look for is growth throughout the year. And watch the Oregon game, then watch the Iron Bowl, and I don't see a lot of growth in Bo Nix.
All right. I thought he was a little bit better. I thought he got better about throwing the ball away. But, yeah, he wasn't a dominating player. No, I agree.
And I don't see how some people, they talk about him winning a Heisman. I don't see it. And I would love to be wrong, because if I'm wrong and Bo Nix is in that caliber, that means we're winning football games.
Yeah, a bunch. And then you're hell yeah about that, yeah.
I don't think he's the guy. And I think that, it'd be real interesting. Kentucky's on the schedule. Hopefully we get to play football. And it'd be real interesting to see Joey Gatewood come in and look better than Bo Nix.
Yeah. Joey's a tough one, man. It's tough. I mean, I went to Kentucky myself, so I'm happy he's going somewhere to be where people are going to care about him. But I wish he'd have been that guy here, I always liked him.
Well, yeah, I just think we should have given him a chance. When you see your QBs on the field and he's not doing it, and you've got someone else on the bench, what do you have to lose about putting him in the game? Nothing.
Yeah. Well, from Gus's perspective, he's like, I don't want to break their rhythm, but Yeah, he.
Oh, come on. There was no rhythm in the game. You know what I mean, though? Again, like that LSU game, we played LSU tougher than anybody else last year.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
3-point difference. I mean, that game could have so easily gone our way. And, again, I think if we have a different QB, it does.
Well, DJ stays in bounds, gets in the damn end zone. Yeah, it's a different
Oh,
game.
my God.
But we won't go down that road. Hey, Amanda, thank you for calling in. A lot of folks were trying to say that you really weren't a girl, and we can confirm now you are. So thank you very much for being a good sport and hanging out in the chat. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
See ya. Bye. All right, there you go, guys. Amanda called in just like she said she would, and she knows her stuff. I don't know if I agree with all of her takes, but they make sense. She's looking for growth on Bo Nix from game 1 to game 12 and game 13, whatever it was, and she didn't feel like she saw it. And, you know, I mean, Bo wasn't a superstar last year. He wasn't. I'm probably a little higher on him than she is, but, you know, everybody's got their opinion. No problem with that. Leif B says UK fans are excited about Gatewood, as they should be. I mean, I still, you know, you're not going to be a Heisman Trophy winner there or anything, but I mean, you know, it's Kentucky. The level's a little bit lower. I mean, they're running wishbone with a wideout last year, you know. Anyway, it was funny. You guys are all, well, not all of y'all, but some of y'all were getting all up on Amanda, and then she comes in hot, and you guys are all of a sudden like, nah, I'm good. I mean, I don't understand that. I don't know. It seemed like she had some good opinions on there. I'm sorry you guys didn't agree. Bradley G says, yeah, Amanda's right. Everything is terrible and nobody's good. Make Amanda queen, LOL. Oh, man. Papa Bear says, what? She hates Bo. Who does she want to play? Gustav? I think she made it clear she doesn't want Gustav doing anything. Definitely. I'm glad she called in, though. That was cool. That was very, very cool. Let's see what else we got. Papa Bear making his entrance earlier. Glad to have you on the chat, sir. We got a couple big super chats coming in from AU Guy 159 who just said WDE. Thank you very much for that, sir or ma'am. And I think we also had one, yes, Bob Maplethorpe, but like his 6th super chat of the day. My goodness. Bob says, just talk to Mama Bear. She took the phone from Papa Bear. It was glorious. Told Papa Bear I would donate one for Mama Bear. All right. Bob Maplethorpe, our favorite stream of consciousness caller, with another super chat. He has been incredibly giving today. Thank you very much for that. Sir. Amanda did mention when she called in that she is not a member of the site. For anybody else out there who is not a member of the site, I would encourage you to join. I am the Commodore, so to speak, of a site called auburnsports.com. And we write about Auburn football, baseball, basketball, recruiting pretty much every single day. We've been doing a lot of football here lately, but depending on what season it is, we're writing some every day. Brian Matthews is with us. Jeffrey Lee is our recruiting ace. We also have a great intern in Sir Nate King. And, of course, whatever I'm bringing. I'm usually doing stuff like this. But anyway, if you're not a member at auburnsports.com, I heartily encourage you to become a member. It costs you approximately, if you go by the annual, it costs you approximately $8.25 a month. So it's a hell of a deal for all of the entertainment that you get and the information that we write about and talk about in our various verticals. Hey, caller, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hey, Jay. This is Leif.
Leif B?
Leif B. There's only one.
What up, bro? How you doing? Thank you for calling in, man. I think it's your first call.
This is my first call. I'm out walking my dog,
damn.
And I'm trying to train it to take a shit in this guy's yard who fired me from my first job. It was at a baseball league. I was supposed to be the scorekeeper. And I had I had some academic event. He told me, he said, if you can't show up for the first game, don't even bother showing up. So, you know, it's a 30-year grudge, but I figure if I can get my dog to shit in his yard every now and then,
screw that guy.
It'll be worth it.
Screw that guy. I'm glad you're doing that. You said you were driving you were driving your kid around earlier. What, trying to get them to go to sleep, or what were you doing?
Yeah, driving my 2-year-old around. He's unfortunately he's going through the terrible twos during the age of coronavirus, and he likes to spit right now, which
Ooh.
is obviously not very good in the age of coronavirus.
No. This is not a good time to be a spitter.
No. He's a spitter and a hitter right now. So if I can get him in the back, the minivan, have him watch a little Frozen, it's all right.
Word. So how you been, brother? Just in general, how things?
Good. I'm still working and own my own business. We adopted this dog. Never owned a dog before. We adopted it about 3 weeks ago. And yeah, everything's
Word.
Everything is going pretty well for you. For me, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been having
You
trouble.
You're not feeling well?
I just have having some trouble getting my breath today. I don't know what the deal is with that. But I don't think I have the COVID. I don't have any other symptoms. I don't know what the deal is. I do want to thank you.
Maybe you need to get a little vapor rub.
Could help if administrative assistant is willing to do that for me. Hey, I want to thank you for hooking me up with the paper too, dude. I was having a hard time finding that bad boy, and yeah, you made it happen.
Yeah, I'm a member of an illegal site that you can pretty much get anything on, and I'd actually downloaded that because I wanted to watch it. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and couldn't find it anywhere. Found it on this illegal site, and yeah, happy to give it to you. It's a great movie. 1994 was a great year for movies,
wasn't it? Yeah, and I think it's forgotten, but it's a real good, feel good, funny, wholesome, funny, good movie. I like it a lot. Hey, I do have another request though. Yeah. I mean, one that's tough for me to get, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure.
I mean, should I say it here or should I just message you?
You can message me. You can say it here. I don't care.
I need Revenge of the Nerds. I was gonna do it legally.
Oh,
I was gonna do it legally, but it's not available anywhere. Not even for rent or anything.
Really? That's one of those movies that seems like every time I used to go to Walmart, I would see it in one of like the $5
the bin.
bin.
Yeah. Like 80s classics.
But I mean,
yeah.
But usually, I'm sure I've seen it as a part of like Revenge of the Nerds 1, 2, 3, and 4, and whatever else they got. So. But the first one's pretty classic.
It's a classic, absolutely. If you run across it, man, I'd love to see that one. I really would.
I'll take it. I'll take a look on my place for it.
All right, bro. So. Anything I can help you with tonight? Or are you just calling in to say what's up?
No. Just calling in and say what's up. Oh, whatever happened when you're in the car? Has that happened yet?
Which one? What'd you say?
Your daughter's new car.
Yeah, that did end up going down, believe it or not. Yes.
Was she totally surprised, or did she sort of have a feeling that...
She was floored, absolutely floored. She got a new Santa Fe.
Awesome.
She's really, really fired up about it. So at least we brought a little sunshine to her end of her senior year here. It's getting messed up by this virus. What are you going to do?
Awesome.
Anyway, appreciate you asking, Leif.
All right, brother.
All right, man. We'll see you, bro.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
Leif B., one of our big-time super chatters. I think Leif is actually one of our friends from the Rebel Grove, who I got to know a little bit through the G-Pits. But I could be wrong in that. I'm not in my right mind right now. I don't know. Kind of weird. Anyway, I feel like there's been some other stuff going on here in the chat while Leif was on the hone. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything too big here. I imagine everybody's still rustled about Amanda's takes. Let's see. Corny's being fun, being nice. Crocodile upset that Amanda can join LEA, but he can't. He's filing misogyny charges. Sir, I charge you with misogyny. Good luck, buddy. Ruxpin says, we're just joking around. We got Alpha Tiger. Alpha Tiger's shown up. And, of course, he jumps in with, could Gus be any more of a swoogan? I think no. It was funny the other day when Alpha was like, what is your definition of my word? And I'm like, nah, I'm not going into that. I mean, because I think swoogin means something different to everybody, right? I mean, the way that I use swoogin, maybe the way Alpha Tiger uses swoogin is a little different. The truth is that I don't use it, but when I use it in my head, when you guys talk about somebody being a swoog, I kind of have an idea in my head of what you're talking about. We got a super chat coming through as promised from D Lucky. Appreciate you, bro. Says happy birthday, Maddie. A little gas money for the new ride. Maddie, I hope she's watching this. She'll be like, pay that out right now, Dad. Like, easy there, girlfriend. Also, one coming in from Matt N. Says this is for training. He says this one is for training your dog to poop in an enemy's yard, and also Amanda. Those are two different skills, but yeah, both useful, depending on the situation. Leif does affirms that he is indeed a Rebel Grover. I thought that's what I remember. Oh, we got some chat about getting films. Just go on Pirate Bay and don't seed. Run a Tor browser if you're really paranoid. See, you're over my head now, brother. And that's just way. Here's basically my take on that whole thing. I'm gonna just rent it or watch it, legally or ethically. And the only reason, like Leif was just going out of his way to be cool with the paper, and then Revenge of the Nerds, I was willing to pay for it. I would buy it. I would rent it. They don't even make it available. Like, it's just not even, they don't even give me a choice. So, yeah, whatever. They don't give me a choice. So, hey, I tried. I don't know. Amanda says she's leaving. I don't know why, but everybody's leaving at some point, Appreciate you calling in, though. You're always welcome to call in. Bradley G says, I'm glad it doesn't matter what Amanda thinks when Bo Nix plays quarterback for Auburn. He set all kinds of freshman records, and this is just a start. Hey, man, that was just her thought about it. She didn't call you a jerk or anything. She just thought that, he wasn't that great. He was a freshman. I mean, he wasn't great. I don't know. It's like he was Cam Newton. All right, so David wants clarification. Does he have to prove he's slaying? No, I don't. We definitely don't need it tonight. I don't think we're ready for it tonight, David. There's some difference of opinion as to whether you need to prove that or not. I think most people are against it. Most people would prefer that you not do that. Canoe Man says, literally no one cares, David the Wizard. Nobody cares. Jay cares, but maybe it's just Jay. I don't know. I think it's funny. I think it's funny that David, he's here to help you guys. You guys who can't slay. He's here to help you. He's like the love doctor, like that dude that used to be on maybe 10 years ago. Amanda, really, they don't hate you. Really. I think Bradley G's a little pissed off. Maybe a couple other people. But listen, man, I live my life having people pissed off at me. It's not a big deal. I think most people are being pretty neutral about it. Anyway, it looks like David the Wizard is he's good with not providing proof tonight. That's probably good. I'm going to go ahead and let that one through, man. That's pretty funny. Leif, appreciate the super chat, sir. It says the Eagle has landed another successful walk. You guys remember he was teaching his dog to poop in a particular guy's yard because he had been dicky earlier. Wash your hands. A handle I have not seen before says hello. Hello. It's nice to see you wash your hands. That's a really hot take you've got there. And I'm not going to do what you tell me. I don't need you to tell me what to do. If I do, then if I want to wash my hands, I'll do it. And if I don't, then I won't. But I don't need you getting in my life and in my chat telling me what I can and can't do. It's bullshit. Let me get another deep breath there. All right. I'm not even going to. David, man, you're killing me with this. Alpha Tiger says, winner Amanda and David the Wizard going on their first date. I don't see that one going well. I don't think it working out well. I don't think it would work out well. I'm just gauging there. I need to know about more about David the Wizard before I even advocate him going on a date. Honestly. Let's see. David the Wizard says he will teach people how to pick up chicks. He's Will Smith in that trash movie Hitch. There you go. That's all you need to know. Wash your hands. Says October the 10th, huh? This has gone too far. I don't even remember talking about October 10th. I don't remember what that means. Could Amanda make a run for most rustled? Raven asks. I don't feel like is she that rustled? Like compared to like some of the rustling that we see on the bunker? Canoe Man says, Canoe Man with a super chat there says for transportation of BMAT's ventilator. Hey guys, what's going on? Bob Maplethorpe jumped in again with another super chat. I think that is your 6th tonight. It's unbelievable. It says, where is Alpha Tiger? I don't know. Do you mean like where is he physically located right now, or I don't know. He's been in the chat. He's been doing his swoogin thing. We got a new chatter here. JBDC Elite says, happy birthday, Maddie. I know that can't be the real JB because he would call her Madeline. Happy birthday, Maddie. Cash and prizes will be in the mail. I'm going to have to let the FBI know about that. I don't like stuff coming through the mail. Anyway. D. Lucky says he affirms that, yes, he thinks that Amanda's pretty rustled. Well, I was on the horn there for a little bit of that, so maybe I missed some stuff. Corn says, David is officially the funniest person I know. There you go. There you go. You got some friends out there, David. Getting it done. Andrew B says, change of subject. JG is trying to out BMAT with the breathless reporting. I don't know, man. I just don't feel great tonight. I don't know. I was kind of debating not doing the show, but I mean, I can't give up on you guys. Of course not. Ryan D says, anybody know what JG's drinking? JG is drinking this Old Soul by Cathead. It's a 3-year-old bourbon. I haven't been drinking very much tonight, though. I just don't really feel like myself tonight. So I just didn't want to drink very much. You guys know I love drinking, though. And I mean, I will drink a little bit. Just haven't really been hitting it hard. We going to 1 a.m. beaches? I'm just kidding. No, we're not. Poor little. This is like a little half shot. This is from my guy, Ryan D., though. This is for you, Ryan. Hope you're enjoying whatever you're drinking tonight. Melee wants to know where Cam is going to end up. I would like to know that, too. Surprised this hasn't, gotten picked up. I feel like we should have some absolution on this, right? I mean, it's time. I think Cam Newton's a badass. He's an MVP. Why is he still out there? I don't understand that. Andrew B says, JGT, can you check your blood pressure? I just did the full physical with my doctor a week ago. And he did all the blood work and all the P tests and all that stuff, and I got all the data back, and none of it was out of range. It was all in your normal range. So, I mean, at that point I was healthy. That was a week ago. So I don't have any unusual health problems, anything like that. Raven says JG needs 2L02 via nasal cannula. Oh God, I hope not. That would be terrible. I hate to do that. Canoe Man says, I do not think it will require air freight from Auburn to Montgomery, Ruxpin. I was thinking about putting on a hot shot or LTL. What are y'all talking about, man? Where is Coach? Are we air shipping this PPE to JG? Oh, come on, man. You're not going to get anything over this mic. Everything's good. I don't have the Rona. I promise you I don't have the Rona. I've checked my temperature. I'm not running a fever, and I'm not coughing at all. And hell, you guys know I was coughing for a month and a half. Every show I did, I was coughing up a lung in January and February. Hell, it got into March. Now that I think about it. Hell, you guys were making fun of me for it and should have. I was just coughing all the time. Finally got over, though. Andrew B says, I don't know, but I'd get it checked, JG. I may. If it's still doing this on Monday, I probably will go see my doctor about it. Just be like, what's up with that? Got a call coming in. Let's see what's going on. Hey, caller, welcome to the show. How you doing?
First of all, happy birthday, Mama Ruxy Poo and Maddie, baby. What's going on, JGT?
What up, Doc? How you been, man?
Doc Dumpster on the line. Hey, what a day today. Maddie's birthday. I've been hearing from some people she got a car. Congrats to Maddie.
Indeed.
And how about Mama Ruxy Poo's birthday? I mean, I'm not sure we've talked enough about that. It's pretty good.
Mama Ruxy Poo? Yeah, that was big. He kind of broke
I mean,
that
I
news.
think it's her birthday. I think I heard Ruxy Poo, as his usual self, the animal that he is, start off the show. Didn't he say it was his mom's birthday?
No, he did for sure, and he broke that news here on the show that it was his mom's birthday.
Yeah.
So that was big, man.
Yeah. I've got a feeling. Don't. This is just between me and you. Don't repeat this, but I got a feeling Daddy Ruxy Poo's getting lucky tonight. If you know what I mean.
Roxy, I'm sorry that Doc is bringing up these illusions in your head. Just forget about it. I'm sorry. How have you been? How was your week, bro?
Dude, I'm freaking loving it, buddy. Listen, I've been on the phone for like an hour, so I missed a bunch of the show. But I think I heard Ruxy Poo, Crocky Poo, and then freaking Coach Bo is great. Start off 1, 2, 3. Is that right?
I can't remember if that was 1, 2, 3, but we've had all three of them on, and they're all beasts.
Dude, that freaking nothing but cash right there. Just cash money. Bo is great. There's no better person on the bunker. Crocky Poo is a freaking legend already, even though he's probably 18 years old. He just started on the bunker 2 weeks ago. Ruxy Poo's been a legend. Who else has been on? Because I was on the phone and missed the rest.
I know David the Wizard called in. D. Lucky called in. We had a first
Oh,
time.
I don't know. I did hit Wizzy. Wizzy Poo was freaking – Wizzy Poo's outstanding. Hey, don't you love Wizzy Poo?
He's something else, man. I tell you that. I think he has some things he can teach us.
I freaking love Wizzy Poo. He's got a little bit of Miami, a little bit of South Central Los Angeles in him. He's just a great caller. Who else has called in?
D. Lucky called in. I think it was his second time calling in after last week. He had to follow David the Wizard.
D. Lucky. What else?
Let's see. Leif, one of our friends from Rebel Grove, and then Amanda called in earlier. There was some feeling that maybe Amanda wasn't actually a girl, but I can say I think that was a girl.
Now, wait a minute. We had a female caller?
Yeah, Amanda. Absolutely.
Oh, my God. I got to go back and listen because I've been trying to get like Tiger Girl, Midnight Tulips, Original Girl, Griffey Poo. I've been trying to get these ladies to call in, and we finally got Amanda to call in.
Yeah, Amanda was in the chat, and people were saying, as they do, we don't think you're a girl, and so she called in, and she was indeed a girl, and she said,
well, I mean, did she sound like a girl?
Yeah, and I think she might have come in a little. Yeah. She might have come in a little hot for folks though, because she started out by saying she didn't like Gus, which certainly is not a hot take, but then she started saying that she didn't.
A lot of people don't like Gus. That's
understood.
That's right.
But she also said that she doesn't think Bo Nix is going to be worth a shit. So that got people a little bit rustled, I think.
Whoa! Oh my God! Holy! Listen, Amanda. Well, I will say this: I'm not on Team Amanda, but I'm also not on Team Bo Nix is going to win the Heisman. I'm kind of in between. He's I think he's a pretty good player. He needs to get better. But anyway, JGT. So the birthday big day today. What else is happening?
I don't know. We're just having fun hanging out here and enjoying the day, and really fired up about you calling in.
Well, I'm so glad to be here, Coach. Let me tell you something. You probably don't know this about me, but I'm a total NFL draft freaking nerd.
Are you?
Okay. I'm just an old redneck that has no memory, no nothing. But like on draft weekend, I hear from like 50 people from my past because they know I've studied this stuff forever. So I thought it was a good draft for Auburn. I think Derek Brown went to a good place. I think Iggy went to a good place. And so it was just a good draft. I was glad to see some Auburn guys get in there.
Hell yeah, get in there too. 2 in the first round. Marlon Davidson goes in the second round. I mean, those guys, that's big time stuff right there, Doc.
Yeah, I tell you what, watching that. Let me tell you something. And I'm not a Falcons fan, but I know we have a ton of them. You know, when Marlon Davidson straps on that black Falcons jersey, it's gonna be dadgum hard on the city. There's no way that any pair of jeans or khakis can hold a freaking boner in when he straps on that freaking black jersey. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're going to have to put Ruxy Poo and all his buddies in freaking double cups XXL to hold that thing down.
Would you consider getting a Marlon Davidson jersey, Doc?
Oh hell, dude! Dude, Stutsy and I've got I've got probably 10 jerseys. Ben Roethlisberger, I've had a jersey. The problem is those things are so freaking tight. So I'm older and fatter, and it's just I've got to do a couple of sit-ups to get in those son of a bitches. I mean,
Damn.
there's no. Do you have any jerseys? I mean, there's no play in those bitches at all.
No, I've got a few, and I know what you're talking about. They can be tight, Doc, and I'm sorry that it's been that
Yeah,
way.
I mean, you can weigh 140 pounds and get an XL, and it still looks like you're wearing freaking wind pants. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm talking about? It's just ridiculous.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
So, but the draft was great. I was really glad for Driscoll. I think Tega I'm just gonna guess Tega's X-rays or knees probably wasn't very good, because rarely does a guy start at left tackle for 2 years in the SEC and not go probably in the top 4 rounds. But who knows? But it was a good deal. I was proud of Auburn. Did a good job.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was a great draft for Gus, I guess. But I mean, for the program, for Kevin, for Coach Garner, to get so many of those guys up high in the draft, I think that really says a lot. And they're going to be able to market the program even better with those guys saying, "Hey, we will get you to the league. Look at these guys right here."
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we get some pretty good players. I mean, I've said for 4 years, if we have a quarterback, we are generally pretty dadgum good. I mean, if you look at Auburn, when we have a quarterback, we're pretty good. Nick's had a pretty good year. We were a pretty good team. If he's pretty good next year, we'll have a pretty good team. If he's really good, we'll have a really good team. It's just so important.
What did you think about Will Hastings getting picked up by the Patriots?
Hastings is interesting to me. I heard some of you guys talking about it. I just rarely ever saw Hastings on the field this year. So, I think maybe when he was a sophomore, I saw him a decent amount. But I know Gus likes him, but I mean, did he play a lot this year? I mean, you probably know more than I would.
I don't, not as much as I expected, maybe, but no, he got on the field a fair amount. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't see him as much. He's a matchup nightmare if you can get him out there with a linebacker, just like we did against Tuscaloosa a couple of years ago, where they're putting a 230-pound linebacker on him, and that's their mistake, and he burned them for it. So I hope all the guys, Javarius Davis, I love Javarius Davis. He's one of the Chiefs. Hopefully he can play. I think Tega went to a good spot. I think he's going to be able to prove himself. So, it's really good for the program. It's good for Gus. But, Gus has done a pretty good job getting players. We were competitive. We go through 12 games this year. We were competitive in about every game, probably except for the Minnesota game. I mean, that was the game we probably got beaten down more than we're usually getting beaten down. So, we had a pretty good team.
No, they had players. It's just they should win about 1 or 2 more games every year. That's all.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at like LSU had 13, 14 players drafted. Okay, that was a winnable game for us. Okay, that's a game we probably should have won. You and I've talked about this before. If we had any offense at all, we beat LSU. Okay, now LSU ends up just dominating, win the national championship. But that's how close we can be. Okay, we just got to get better offensively and hopefully continue to be pretty good defensively.
Hey, if you had to pick between these 3 girls, who would be your preference? Rosie O'Donnell, Kathy Griffin, or Carol Baskin?
Oh, good Lord. Oh, damn. I'm probably from a, just, is this between me and you?
Oh, yeah, just us.
Yeah, don't tell anybody, but Rosie O'Donnell kind of fits my category a little better. The bigger, the better for me.
Yeah.
Carol Baskin's probably going about 160, 180, now maybe 190. Kathy Griffin's probably 150, and Rosie's probably at 230. I'd probably go Rosie. I'd probably have to, politically, I'd probably need to tell her to be quiet, but that's okay.
I probably would go the same way you do. I would need her to chill out a little bit on the mouth, but I think that would be my pick too.
Yeah. But I will say this about Rosie O'Donnell. I don't even know if I've even heard of her in the last 5 years. I have no idea what she's doing or what she does. The only thing I've heard from the Baskin lady I've heard because of that show on Netflix, and now here's my opinion. I know the Bunker loves that show. I watched 2.5 episodes and thought it was just absolutely terrible.
Okay, damn.
But Did you watch it?
I watched the whole damn thing. Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh, so you liked it?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, it was interesting to me. Yeah, sure, definitely.
Well, okay. So, well, good for you. Okay. So, and listen, you're in the majority. I'm obviously in the minority. Just a little note from Doc Dumpster. Doc has actually held 2 snow leopards in his hands. Okay.
No kidding.
I worked at a veterinary clinic in Nashville, Tennessee in the early 80s. Okay. And this is totally true story. Out of the blue, this person shows up from the Nashville Zoo with like a cat carrier, like carrying cats. And so the vet that was with us, I guess he did zoo stuff, and they had 2 like 6 or 8 week old snow leopards. And it was dude, they were just like cats, like you would have a cat or I have a cat.
Yeah.
But it was just cool as hell to know that I'm sitting there holding 2 snow leopards. It was just very, very cool. I never saw them after that because but it was pretty cool.
That's really cool. I've never had that happen.
Oh yeah.
That's kick ass.
Yeah, I was very fun. Like I said, this was probably 1981, 82, but it was very cool. Like I said, but anyway, good stuff. But anything else going on? We need to talk about anything else going on.
Well, Biscuit, Call Me Biscuit noted that you probably thought Tiger King was normal because, people in your life are probably so crazy that the Tiger King people seem normal to you.
Well, well, listen, I have been around Tiger King-like people. I cannot deny that. So, like, I'm in the horse industry, okay? Horse people are very much, they're a little bit upper scale compared to Tiger, but very similar people. So different group, but the Tiger King was fine for me. It wasn't a shock to me. I know how those people work. But good stuff. Any basketball news going on tonight?
No, I haven't heard anything tonight. No, we're going to be waiting on Kuminga, or if they get out there and get a grad transfer, that'll be probably the next item up for on the docket.
Now, let me ask you this. You're a basketball guy. Okay. I think this argument will come into play for Auburn fans. Okay. Do we continue to recruit the top internet list guys, meaning say 1 through 10, whatever Rivals says they are, or are we better off recruiting a Coro who was, say, ranked 40th, whatever he was ranked? Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
I think they go after everybody, bro. I mean,
right?
Thor was like a 50-ish guy, like you mentioned, and then they also go after the top 5 guys. I think Bruce Pearl's got his eyes on the prize. He's looking high, and I can't blame him. He's done a pretty damn good job.
No. Listen, and Bruce knows much more about all that than I do. I'm just saying, it seems like we're reaching for stars when we don't get them. Is our roster going to be okay next year, or would we have been better going after the 40 to 90 guy? I just don't know. Yeah,
I think they still just need a grad transfer who can shoot the basketball. I think that if they get that, they're going to be fine. But they need to get that.
Yeah, no. If we get a shooter, which I've said this on the bunker for a year, if we get a shooter, we're going to be okay. We got to make sure we get a shooter. So who knows?
All right. Doc, you're a first ballot Hall of Famer. Everybody on the chat was just fired up to have you calling in, and man, it's a highlight of my night too. Appreciate you being part of the show.
Let me tell you something, Jay. It don't get any better than the bunker. I mean, the family of the bunker, and like I said, it's getting so much better. I mean, you got freaking Crocky Poo now contributing. This Barn basketball guy shows up out of the freaking blue 3 weeks ago, and all of a sudden, every post he has, it's like Talladega City. Everybody, I mean, it's great stuff going on in the bunker, and I appreciate what you do. Hey, have a great night tonight, and tell Maddie a big happy birthday from Doc.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. Thanks so much for being such a big supporter of our show, man.
We love it, brother. Be good, brother.
See you, bro. Doc Dumpster, ladies and gentlemen, first ballot Hall of Famer. Also, guess who showed up? A couple bunker luminaries in the chat. Let's see, Jibby Waba, a.k.a., well, you can figure out who he is, Jonathan O., in the house, and BP Rockman in the house, who has not been on the bunker lately, but of course, we all love him. We all love Jibby, too, but we all love BP. Super chat coming in from BP as well. You were the man. Thank you so much. We should be paying you to be here, brother, so I appreciate that. And then Ruxpin had another super chat earlier that I did not mention. I think we were on the horn. He said, my Marlin bone is huge. So there you go. Ruxpin, a Atlanta Falcons fan. He's obviously very fired up for Marlin to be plying his trade with the hometown Falcons. Let's see. Leif says, my father-in-law volunteers at a big cat rescue in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Tiger people are nuts. He used to see little girls with kitty cats in their T-shirts and ask, you want to see my kitty? And then show them tigers. Hey, I grew up very close. Well, I went to high school very close to Broken Arrow. I was actually in Bixby, Oklahoma. Technically, it was Tulsa, but I officially lived in Bixby. And I think that's the next little suburb over from Broken Arrow. Those are some weird people out there. I will agree with that. I'm going to be honest with you guys, dude. I don't feel great right now. So I'm probably just going to cut this off. I would love for BP to call in and talk to him, but I've texted him not too long ago to tell him how much I love him and that everybody here loves him. So, and also just some late breaking news here. Nick Coe has signed with the Patriots. So he will get his chance to play there in New England. Have a chance to make that roster and see if he can make a difference in the NFL. I think everybody here is pulling for him. He played hard, and it's interesting to see how far he's fallen off the board. But it doesn't matter. Ultimately, you go you sign a free agent deal, you bust your ass, you get on that roster, and you make your way up. And none of this matters. If Nick gets his chance and gets a chance to play on Sundays for the Patriots, none of this matters. What matters is that he's a player and he made it. I know everybody here is pulling for him, so don't have to update him on that. Yeah, I'm just not feeling great right now, so I'm gonna probably wrap it up, guys. I don't think I've ever done that, but I don't know. I feel like I'm having trouble getting my breath. I don't know. I just don't feel right. So I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. Thank you so much to all of our awesome super chatters. Hornatius is jumping in with one right now. Golly, we've had so many tonight. I mean, Bob Mapplethorpe is obviously the champion. He's had like 6. Ruxpin's had a bunch. Remember Stu Pup jumped in here earlier. Good. Ryan D, appreciate you, bro, for jumping in there. Canoe Man, we can always rely on Canoe Man. Leif B, my man, one of our Rebel Groves superstars. Coming over here, D Lucky, thank you so much. Calling in, having a great call earlier. Matt N with a super chat. And there's been some stuff that I missed earlier as well, but thank you guys so much. I hate tapping out early, particularly when we got BP in the house, BP Rockman, but I'm just not feeling it, man. So we'll check you guys later. My administrative assistant's been pushing me to do shows in the midweek too. I don't know if they will be interested in that, but I mean, we always do this we've been doing it Friday or Saturday night, but if you feel like there's a chance to be doing some midweek stuff, I'm open to that too. I mean, it's whatever you guys feel like you want to do. I mean, if you think one a week's enough, that's good. But if not, we'll figure it out one way or another. Anyway, appreciate all you guys, all the chatters, all the callers, super chatters, and all the folks that have just make this show awesome. I started off in the Oregon game last fall. I didn't know what I was doing, and was just happy to get 10 people on, and it's grown so much since then, and I appreciate you guys so much. It's just awesome. And it wouldn't be awesome if it wasn't for you guys, so you guys are the best. I'll check you guys next time. Till then, keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars.